Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm shooting a video using a lot of new drugstore products. I am going to intertwine some of my old products in here, but I kind of wanted to use a new makeup palette, some new baking powder, and also a new highlighter and a new foundation that has kind of been sweeping over YouTube a little bit lately and Instagram, so much so that I've noticed it. We're gonna get started with this video. I've already done my eyebrows. I'll set them in a little bit. You guys know I pencil my eyebrows. I go ahead and trace them, and I fill my eyebrows in with a pencil. And guys, I don't use any type of very expensive pencil. I'm using a Wet n Wild pencil in the color Simma Brown now, and it is just this pencil right here. And it is like a 98-cent pencil, and it does a great job of getting my brows where I need them to be. I don't use any brow pomades just because my brows can be very oily, and I don't really like to put any extra type of oil on my brows just because I'm going to be working with the shadows and they kind of tend to move a little bit. So I don't want to put any type of products in my brows, but just fill them in with the pencil itself, and that tends to carry me throughout the entire day. So we're gonna get started. I've already primed my lids. I'm gonna go ahead and set my lids, but before I do that, I am using a new brand that is been out a little bit at Target, and it is called Makeup Obsessions. And this is the palette. There are a few palettes that they have in this particular line, and this is the palette that I chose. All We Have Is Now. And it's pretty fairly reasonable. I bought this one for $14.99, and they have some really nice shades in here, some really pretty colors. And I definitely want to give this a try because this is at our local Target. And I'm trying to peel the tape off of here. This is at a local Target, and I'm always kind of hyped for the new stuff, the new makeup that's coming in, and especially if it's affordable. And if I like it, then I can definitely share it with you guys. The thing I like about this is the affordability, but this palette is making up of, let's see how many shades we have here. 16 shades. And there are about 3 or 4 of these with different array of colors. And here are the colors here. And I just think this speaks me just because I can do so many different things with these colors. And the first color that I'm going to go in with is a color called Crossroads. And guys, I'll always insert some inserts for you so you can see if you want to try to recreate this look. And I'll put those inserts in with a little marker that shows you which colors I'm using as I'm going through this process. So before I get into Crossroads, which is the first color that I'm going to pull from, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Here it is. And then I'm using my HD Banana Powder by NYX. And this is my finishing powder. I kind of like just going over my lids with it to give me just a really smooth, creamy kind of lid, just so my shadows are not skipping, or they're not going to be very patchy once I start working my shadows into the crease. So guys, I'm going to go in. I'm actually going to use my Morphe brush, and this is the Morphe M503 that I'm going in with. And like I said, I'm going into a color called Crossroads. It's a very light color. But it's a really nice transition shade, and I always use a much lighter color to go into the crease with, just so I can kind of give the shadows something to bounce off of. I can tell you right off the bat, just by dipping my brush in these, that they are powdery, a little bit powdery. But I really can't tell you until we start dipping into deeper colors what the payoff quality is going to be. And I'll take a little bit of a smaller brush to kind of pack it on into my crease. The next color that I'm going to go into, and guys, I am using a Real Techniques blender brush, and I'm going to go into a color called Improvise. This is kind of like a mauve-y, reddy color. And I'm choosing a little bit of a smaller brush because I want to concentrate it into that crease there. And guys, you know I talk about the windshield wiper motions and just going back and forth, and I'm going to build that color up. And just by dipping into this darker color, I can say that the payoff quality is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I'm liking this a lot. The brushes do matter. If you notice that this is just a smaller headed brush, and they do matter when you want to pack things into your crease and you don't want the shadows to go too many other places but where you're putting it down. So it does matter what kind of brushes that you're purchasing or what you're buying. I found that e.l.f. has definitely upped their game with their brushes. So if you're looking for some affordable brushes, I definitely recommend e.l.f. Real Techniques is gonna be, e.l.f. is gonna be my number one. My number two is gonna be the Wet n Wild brushes, which are very affordable. And then my number three that's kind of jumping in there. I actually was gonna put an order in on Shop Miss A. Shop Miss A has brushes, like a 10-piece brush set for like 10 bucks. Everything is like a buck at Shop Miss A. They say that it may take a little while to get your order in, but it's worth it. So I have it in my cart. I just hadn't checked out yet, but definitely I would try Shop Miss A. And my next kind of higher end brushes that are from the drugstore is going to have to be Real Techniques, just because it is a little bit of a higher end brand, but they have really good brushes. So okay, so the next color that I'm gonna go in with is called Rest. And this color, I'm cleaning off my brush because I kind of like to use the same brushes, but I'm gonna go in with just a brush. I'm actually cleaned a brush out of my Profusion palette, because Profusion has some really good brushes. If you've ever bought any type of palettes from Profusion, the brushes in there are pretty freaking amazing. And I'm gonna kind of put this right here. And I'm going to the inner corner here versus starting out here. So it kind of blends into what we're doing. You see a different effect. Okay, so the next color that I'm gonna go into, I'm going back into Crossroads, which was that blender shade that I started with, and I'm just gonna use that to kind of make sure that this is blended out nicely, the edges right here on my shadow. Any fallout that you see, I'll clean it up. You guys know that I'll fix all of that. I'm gonna go back into that Improvise, which is the very deep color I kind of started with, and I'm going to darken this up a little bit more because it seems to have lost a little bit of the color. And this is why I like to show you guys these palettes up close, just so you can kind of see, because I see a little fallout over here and a little fallout there. Okay, so the next color, I'm actually going to use my finger, because I find that shadows that have a little bit of that sparkly kind of texture to them, that they go better on me with my finger versus me using a brush. It's called Days. Kind of like a silvery, bluey, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it is really pretty. And this is just with me using my finger. I didn't spray my finger or anything, so I'm gonna kind of brush this off. Okay, I haven't moisturized my skin yet, so I'm going in with my L'Oreal Hydra Genius, and I'm going to moisturize my skin with that. I love the Hydrogenius, number one, for the smell. I love the moisturizing effect that it gives your skin, and it's very reasonable. It's another one of those drugstore products that I just really love. I'm going in with my Total with this Honest Beauty face primer, and I'm only going to go right here in my T-zone. This is a mattifying face primer. It's called Prep and Prime Honest Beauty, and I really love it because it does kind of mattify me down quite a bit. It's been my #1 primer for a while. I've tried other ones and want to try some more new ones and see how those kind of go over well with me to kind of decrease my pores, because I do have larger pores right here. But we'll see if we can find some primers that will kind of do the job. So today I'm trying a new foundation that I've kind of been hearing people talk about on YouTube and on Instagram, and it is the Dream Urban Cover Foundation. And it says that this is a full coverage protective makeup sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 50, antioxidant enriched pollution protector. Maybelline, I love their foundations. I wear the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and also I tried this color, not this, but in the Maybelline Fit Me I wear 330 Toffee. So I was surprised that they had 330 Toffee in the Maybelline Urban Dream Cover Foundation. And they say that this is a full coverage foundation. We can only see once we start applying it. It is formulated with antioxidants to help protect skin from environmental aggressors. And so we will see how well this foundation covers. So I put some on the very back of my hand here, and I will say it's a tiny bit drippy. It doesn't have a whole lot of thickness to it, but it is a tiny bit drippy. So I'm using my Tarte Kabuki. You guys know that I use a brush to put on my foundation. And I'll let you know what I think about the coverage quality. Because I have a few blemishes, and there was a time ago that I had to wear a very, very full coverage foundation, and I just wouldn't wear anything else. But now that my skin has definitely gotten a lot better, I can wear drugstore foundations. I'm gonna just grab a tad bit more, not much, because I still have a blemish that I can see there. But when I tell you that we've come a long way, people, we've come a long way. Some of the claims that I've heard people say is that it's not super full coverage. It needs to be built up. From my experience wearing foundations, that it definitely needs to be set. To me, it's coming off more dewy than matte. I don't think it said, let's see. It didn't say that it was matte, but it's definitely coming off more dewy than anything. So I'm gonna actually go in with my NYX banana powder, and I'm gonna just kind of take my big fluffy Real Techniques brush, and this is their powder brush, and just kind of go in and set everything. I feel like my NYX powder does a great job of just kind of setting everything in place. The next thing I'm gonna go in with is before I put my concealer on, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of line my eyes. And you guys know how much I'm absolutely loving the Revolution Makeup Flick Pencil, and I'm just going to line my lower lid a little. Okay, then I'll go in with my concealer. And guys, tonight I'm going to use a L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I'm only going to use a couple of dots of this. But first, I'm actually going to use 2 concealers. And one is the Infallible Pro Glo by L'Oreal. And then I'm going to use their Full Wear Concealer. I'm almost out of this. I'll have to get more. I've said this in the past, working with this concealer is that you have to move so fast because this stuff dries down so quick. And guys, today I'm going to use my e.l.f. My new e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. You can use this wet or dry. I prefer to use mine dry versus wet, just based off of my skin texture and tone. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving very quickly. And they say you can use this dry or wet. Once I bronze, it will bring all the color back into my face. Anything that I could not grab with the brush, I just go in with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. Okay, so today I'm actually going to be using the Makeup Obsessions Pure Baked Banana Powder to kind of do my baking with. And if you don't want to use a powder that's really, really white, my suggestion would be to use a banana powder that would not leave so much as a white cast. I don't normally have that problem, but I'm using this because I want to see how good and smoothing this powder is. So while I'm baking this a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bronze my skin up a little bit. You guys know how I love my Maybelline Fit Me stick, my contour stick here. I'm using it as a contour stick. And it is almost empty. Not flat, like literally nothing. There's nothing there. Notice I'm not sweeping back and forth. I'm just kind of dabbing it up and down my cheek so I can continue to keep that strong contour line. I'm going to continue to bronze my cheeks and my jawline with my favorite Butter Bronzer by Physician Formula in Deep Bronze. I'm gonna go ahead and brush this away. Okay, I'm gonna hit that waterline with my NYX Jet Black. I'm gonna touch my lashes with, this is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, which I really do like. I love the wand, but I am gonna put some lashes on. And I'm not going to put any on my lower lashes yet because I'm going to go down into back into my palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do my waterline, and I'm going to take that color Improvise and smash that down there on my waterline. I'm gonna kind of blow that out a little. Okay, the blush that I'm using is by Rimmel. It's called Maxi Blush, and it's in the color Sweet Cheeks. And I love it because it's really, really beautiful. If you guys have not gotten a chance to get a stippling brush, this one is by Catherine Melodrino. Yeah, Melodrino, and I got this at my TJ Maxx haul. I love this stippling brush. I love putting my blush on with a stippling brush. This is more of a peachy kind of orangey kind of blush. I'm gonna set my lashes up and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I got my lashes on. These lashes are the ones that I've been kind of like obsessing over. Let me fix it so it's on here correctly. I've been kind of obsessing over these lashes. They're by Kiss, but they're like really glam. I don't know the specific name, but I'll link them down below for you. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my top waterline so that there is not a gap, or it doesn't show a gap in between my lashes and the fake lashes. So if you've never done that before, when I first started doing this, it really tickled and my eyes would water so bad, but I'm used to it now, so it doesn't water anymore. I love that makeup palette. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors that are chose, so pretty. I like the fact that it has a blue shade in there and some other colors in there that I could definitely work with. If you missed my last video, then you saw that I used a Rimmel, some Rimmel palettes where I did that blue eye that you saw in my very last video that I uploaded. I will try any color. I think the next palette on my radar is the yellow palette that is by ColourPop. So I'm definitely wanting to try that. I'm going to just put on a little bit of lip color. You guys know I still stick with my NYX Tiramisu. A little bit of lip color, and then I love my glossy lip. Put on my essence. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot forget two more things before I sign off of here for the evening. I'm going to go into my inner corner and I'm going to get a color called Spell, which is inside of this palette. So beautiful. Look at that color. Oh my God. That inner corner color is like everything. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. I'm just gonna touch a little bit of my top of my brow bone there with that same brush that I'm using. So pretty. Just a little. Do not overdo it. So pretty. And then the new highlight that I'm using that I've never tried before, this is a loose highlight powder, which is by Wet n Wild, and it's in the color I'm So Lit. So we're gonna try this. I've never actually tried a loose highlighter, just because I've always tried one that was in the pan, but I don't want to go ham with this highlighter. But I've heard that it is pretty. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna go on this side. I'm sharing. I am sharing. Wow. Wow, that is gorgeous. And y'all, I'm using like the smallest amount to do this, but it is so glowy. I'm shook. Look at that. I bought this based on someone else's recommendation. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. So beautiful. You guys have to get that highlight. I'm gonna take my little clip out right there. Still loving my hair. My girl, if you're in the Houston area, I will definitely put her number down below. Actually, her website or her thing down below, so you can contact her if you'd like to get a haircut or get your hair done. For those of you that have been asking, someone messaged me and asked me about the twist that I had in my hair. The reason why I wasn't able to go back and do that video is because I removed the twist, and guys, I'm actually wearing a full traditional sew-in in my hair, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And I think I'm definitely gonna, you know, get it redone and do this for a while. My hair is growing mad crazy under here because we had to go in actually today, which is Friday, the day after July the 4th, and we had to tighten it up because my hair has grown quite a bit. But I'm loving it. Yes, I've had one before, but it was so many years ago. But I like the classic bob. It is just my twist on this, and I just absolutely love it. Well, I'm excited that I was able to bring you guys some products, some new things that I found in the drugstore. I'll keep it coming. My husband's definitely encouraged me to continue with my 2 videos a week, and you'll get your videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, and that kind of works better for me. And I also have a new portion of my blog called the Sunday Edit, so make sure that you see some things that I'm sharing that left an impression on me for the week. I share at least 5 things that just kind of blew me away, and that is something that's new on the blog. And if you don't follow me on my social media channels, make sure you get there and follow me. If you have not subscribed, or if you like videos like this, go ahead, hit that like button so that you'll continue to see these kind of videos and see my videos when they pop up. Also, if you haven't hit the bell for notifications, make sure you hit that bell so you know when I've uploaded my next video. Until we meet again, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.